You didn't give me money to invest, to trust. You didn't give me your goods to invest in my trust. You gave me your sons. You gave me their lives to help defend this country. And I returned that investment in one piece. And now you're trusting me again to go back to Washington and to trust our lives. And I actually saw what was going on back home. I asked myself, why am I here? Why am I fighting this war when there's a war going on back home? When you see the aftermath and the fallout and the broken down lives and family and businesses and buildings. I'm just one man, but the thing is, our great-great-great-great-grandchildren are counting on us not to be victims. Our great-great-great-great-grandchildren are counting on us to step up and say, I am a conqueror. Our great-great-great-great-grandchildren are looking to us to stand up and say, we need to save our country and do whatever we can to do what we can to serve our community. And so what I did what I could. I used what I had, and I dedicated that to help growing our family business from 35 million to 137 million. But what's more important, adding over 100 jobs in Michigan and around the country. See, that's because what people needed, growing jobs, growing opportunities. We need more. Who understands national security from a strategic to a tactical standpoint, who understands there are growing spheres of communist influence emanating from Russia and China. Do we have somebody who understands that we are under attack as we speak? Somebody who understands how to keep us safe because they've done it before? Do we have somebody who understands what our veterans are going through firsthand? With the 670,000 people, 670,000 veterans within our borders in the state of Michigan who have been forgotten and neglected. Senator Stabenow admitted that veterans issues weren't on her radar screen, that she was unaware. Well, Senator, we have been at war for over a decade and a half, and we still haven't welcomed our Vietnam vets back home properly. How did this not make a dent on your priority list? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. We have a choice to bring somebody who also understands how to create economic opportunity, how to keep our economy growing. Somebody who understands that jobs are important, but it's not just about jobs. We have a generation of people who've been failed by her failed leadership. We have a generation of children who she promised in the year 2000 to fix our educational system. By the year 2010, it's 2018, and we have among the worst school systems in the nation. And our nation is falling behind, so we have among the worst school systems in the world. She's been sleeping on our babies. It's 2018. There are high school seniors who've gone through an entire generation with her broken promises. I also understand we need to look at early childhood development. We need to take a look at K through 12 education to include vocational skills and skilled labor so our babies leave high school with a skill to be able to provide for their families. What kind of school systems do we have? And we might be telling the best ballerina in the world that he's a failure because he can't code. What kind of education system do we have where we tell our teachers that you are only worth $25,000, $20,000, $30,000? We're going to pay these dues, you don't know where you're going. But guess what? We expect our teachers to be teachers, counselors, parents, and now security guards? That's ridiculous. We need to make sure we're getting resources down to the classroom, we're supporting our teachers what they're worth, and we make sure they get the benefits they deserve. Criminal justice reform, the role of entrepreneurship, and allowing everybody to achieve the American dream. I am the walking result of the American dream, and I will fight to make sure that future generations have the same thing. But see, this is the thing about the American dream. We talk about the American dream, you think about the white picket fence, and you think about these things, these idyllic things. The birthplace of the American dream is right here. This is the home of the middle class. You see, you recognize and realize how blessed we are, but we need to continue to sacrifice and serve to make sure the next generation does. But you know what's also part of the American dream? Part of the American dream is recognizing and realizing that we get a say. We get a vote. And we have to make sure that we exercise our vote. But you know what? We're part of the 1% of people who've ever walked this earth, who've ever breathed free. We are among the lucky few who get to choose our leaders. But guess what? Guess what we forget? A part of the American dream is we, the people, get to be our own leaders, not just vote for them. Listen, check this out. This is what's happened. This is what's happened, and this is the reason why the federal government has forgotten how to govern a free people. This is why they've replaced rights and responsibilities with rules and regulations. Because you have an elite class developing. You have royalty developing. You have people who can do nothing else but run campaigns and be elected. Debbie Stabenow has been a career politician for 43 years. She's collected $4 million from the taxpayers. She's been in Washington for 20 years, and she's been a senator for 18. Senator Stabenow is running because she can't do anything else. I'm running despite the fact that I can. Fault. Congress has a 9% approval rating. Do you know whose fault that is? Ours. Raise your hand. Because we keep voting them back in. And that's the thing. We have an obligation not just to vote for our leaders, but to be our leaders. And right now, standing before you is a commoner.